What's up, guys? It's Mr. C here with lesson A3. Going to be talking about the law of cosines today. Law of cosines. So, I know, again, like law of sines, I know you guys have seen this before. I'm just going to go over two different cases today, or two different cases, one Wednesday, one Thursday, and let you guys practice a couple on your own. So, let's go over what the law of cosines is. Okay, it's similar to the law of sines in that we use it to help us solve triangles that are not right triangles. Okay, here we have a triangle ABC with side lengths little a, little b, and little c. Law of cosine says that if we take a squared, this is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times the cosine of a. Okay, I know it looks like a lot, but basically what we're saying here, if you're trying to find a side, say A, in this case, it is equal to the other two sides squared. Okay, add those together. Minus 2 times the other two sides times the cosine of A's opposite angle. You can do the same thing for B. Okay, if you tried to find B squared, you just use the other two sides, which are A squared and C squared, minus 2AC times the cosine of angle B. Okay, these should always match up, this A with big A, this B with big B. And then if we're trying to find C, again, the other two sides are A squared and B squared minus 2AB times the cosine of C. And I know it looks like a lot, but it's pretty much pretty straightforward. Once you have all this information, you plug it in, and it's just a lot of reducing calculator work, so not too bad. Let's go ahead and look at our first example. All right, say use another triangle that looks like that. We have A, B, C, and I apologize if once we find the answers, these doesn't look to scale at all, but either way, we're solving the problem. Let's say A is 2, little a, little b is 3, and C is 60. So this is a side angle side situation. Okay, what I mean by side angle side is you have two sides and the angle in between them. Okay, if we want to solve this triangle, we're going to use the law of cosines. Now, I'm trying to find this third side here. Okay, because I have the angle opposite of it. Excuse me, I have the angle opposite of it. So we're trying to find the side opposite of this angle 60. So we'll say that's little c there. So what we are doing is taking c squared equal to the other two sides are 2 squared plus 3 squared minus 2 times 3 times 2 times the cosine of 60 degrees. And then we just do a lot of reducing. So c squared equals 4 plus 9 minus 2 times 3 is 6 times 2 is 12 times the cosine of 60. Okay. C squared equals, that's 13 minus, if you recall, cosine 60, that's a special angle. Cosine of 60 should be 1/2. Okay, cosine 60 is 1/2, so 12 times the 1/2 is going to give us a minus 6. All right, 13 minus 6 is 7, equals 7. Square root both sides. C is equal to the square root of 7. Okay, so that's as easy as law of cosines is when you have a side angle side situation. Okay, and just for the sake of time, so you guys don't have to watch another super long video, I am going to stop. I'm not going to find angle A and angle B. If you want to find angle B, let's think. Just use the law of cosines like we did before. I'll set it up, but we're not going to solve for both angles. Remember, if we're trying to find angle B, we take B here. Its opposite side is 3. So the sine of B over 3 almost looks like sine 13. Sine of B over 3 equals, you just use sine 60 over root 7. Okay, if you need help on solving that part, okay, go back to the lesson from 8.2, law of sines, and then remember how to solve that one. Oh, excuse me. Ah. If you've never heard of the 4-month sleep regression in babies, my son is getting like an hour of sleep at a time at night. And it's rough, but I think we're almost done with, he's almost kind of grown out of it, so we'll see. Hopefully it gets a little better. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling at this point. That's really all we're going to do for Wednesday. Give you guys a couple problems to do. Again, this one's not completed, but for the sake of not having to have you guys watch another 15 half-hour minute video, whatever it was, we're going to stop there. So I'm going to do one more if you want to continue on for Thursday's lesson. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. But let's go ahead and continue. All right. So that was a side angle side situation. Sometimes we'll have a side situation. Okay, when we're given the 3 sides, and then finding that just takes a little bit more time. So let's look at this. Okay, here's our triangle. 4, 3, and 6. Here is C. Here is A, and here is B. So starting out with the side situation is a little bit different because we have all 3 sides. So let's set it up. Let's say if I want to find angle B, I'm going to start with my 3 squared. So 3 squared equals 6 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 6 times 4 times the cosine of B. Okay, so this is where my variable is. This is what I want to solve for. This is what I want to get by itself. So I'm going to reduce all this. I'm going to end up moving it over. And then remember, if we want to cancel a cosine, you need to inverse it. So that's what we're going to be doing at the end. So let's do all of our simplifying. We have a 9, 36 plus 16 minus 2 times 6 is 12 times 4 is a 48. So minus 48 times the cosine of B. 36 and 16 is 9 equals, what's that, a 52 minus 48 times the cosine of B. And you might be tempted to subtract these two. Don't do that. Remember, this is multiplication here. So we're going to move the 52 over first. So 9 minus 52, is that a 43? Negative 43. All right. Equals negative 48 times the cosine of B. Divide by negative 48, so that would give us a 43 over 48 equals the cosine of B. 43 over 48. And if we're trying to find B, we're going to take the inverse cosine of 43 over 48. Okay, that's going to give me my angle. Make sure you're in degrees when you do this. Let me just double check to make sure I am. Okay, we're in degrees. Gonna inverse cosine 43 over 48. All right, and get a 26. We'll run that to 26.4. 26.4 degrees. 26.4 degrees for B. Okay, so that's how we use law of cosines to solve for one of our angles. All right, 26.4. Again, you guys will have to continue on with the problem. And once you use law of cosines once, you typically can just use law of sines for the other ones. Like sine 26.4 over 3 equals sine A over 4 or sine C over 6. But yeah, once you use law of cosines first, use law of sines. The rest of the time it's a bit easier. So to find the other two. So hope that's clear. If not, let me know. I hope it's not too confusing that I'm not finishing the problems. Shouldn't be, because we did law of sines yesterday or the day before. So, all right. Miss you guys. Hope that was clear. Talk to you later. Peace out.